My toes looking crusty. That's why it's pedicure time. My feet are screaming for help because I really did neglect her for a while, but we're about to fix that right now. Now you want to use some apple cider vinegar and some Epsom salt. The apple cider vinegar, it honestly does not matter your measurements for either one. You just want to make sure that you're using an acid such as ACV as well as a salt such as Epsom salt, because it really does help take off that dead skin. The whole goal of the pedicure is to get your skin and your feet, revived and feeling baby smooth. That's the whole goal of it. And as you might notice that I did not put my feet in the water with my nail polish on. I did take the nail polish off camera before I did this. Next, you're going to want to set a timer for about 15 to 20 minutes. I usually do about 15 minutes. If you want to leave it in longer for that, you definitely can, because the longer you leave your feet in, the easier it is to take the dead skin off. After that, you will want to use either like a pumice stone, or you would want to use like this spin brush with the pumice stone on it, or even a foot filer. So I never used the foot filer before, so I usually just stick with my pumice stone. I actually do want to try a foot filer, but as you can see with this spin brush, I definitely had a hard time with this, and I never used this part of my spin brush before. I got my spin brush from Vanity Planet, and it comes with a whole bunch of different types of brush heads, and I wanted to just try it out, but I quickly realized I do not like it, because I just feel as though that with a regular pumice stone, it's really easy to like just get up in that skin, and I'm starting from my heel and working my way up to my toes. The reason why I always start on my heel is because my heels tend to be the most problematic areas in my opinion, because they get really really dry and like cracked up and hard. So I'm going in there first and working my way up. And you want your skin to look a little pinkish in color, only because when your skin is starting to look a little pink in color, that means that you're really getting that dead skin off, and you're have the new skin exposing itself, if you will. But I do this for both feet, and each time I take my foot out, I put one foot back in the water, only because, like I said before, the longer your foot stays in the water, the better that dead skin will fall off, and you'll just have brand new skin exposed, and your skin is going to feel baby soft and smooth, and that's the whole goal. I forgot to mention that your water temperature should be on the warm side. It shouldn't be too hot, and it shouldn't be too cold. If it is too hot, you will feel some discomfort, and if it is too cold, it honestly defeats the whole purpose of the pedicure. Now I'm using just a regular bucket. You can find this bucket from anywhere, but if you want to go ahead and purchase yourself one of those little Conair, or just a any kind of basic foot massager, foot bath, whatever, you can definitely do that. This is just a more cost efficient way to do your pedicures. So while my feet are soaking, I will take one foot out and start to push my cuticles back with this silicone cuticle pusher. I rather a silicone pusher than a metal pusher, because I just feel like it's less traumatic to the skin, as well as this cuticle cutter is much better because it has like this little slicing agent, rather than constantly using those plier looking cutters and cutting it, because that one causes a lot of trauma to the skin, and you always want to cut your cuticles while they are soft. After I do all of that, pushing and whatnot, since I did not need to cut my cuticles, I just went ahead and started using my little foot cleaner, my toenail cleaner, if you will. And I'm not sure what else to call this, but you can find this in the nail section. It looks like it has a little scooper on it, and I like that scooper part because it really does help get all those gooks out of your toenails. I'm not sure why all that toenail built up happens like that, but I always do this during my pedicures because it's so satisfying to me. And I know it might look a little gross, a little TMI, but listen, I love it, and this is my favorite part of my pedicures, so yeah. I know it looks like I'm not showing my pinky toenail no love, but that's because she is a special cookie and she grows at a very severe slanted rate. And every time I cut her down to make her even, she tends to be really, really small and nothing really to work with. So I tend to leave her alone, especially since the fact that she grows really slow. So I know it looks like I'm not showing her love, but I definitely do. And, she's just there. She's just hanging out. She's just a special case. And if you're wondering why my feet look so dark, it has nothing to do with how I do my pedicures or the products I use or anything like that. My toes honestly are discolored because when I was younger, I never used to pay attention to anywhere I walked. I would bang my feet against anything and everything. And when I say everything, I literally mean everything. I'm talking the desk, the wall, the stairs, like the back seat of a couch. Like everywhere I can bang my feet against, I banged my feet against them. And I don't know why, but it was just a thing that I did when I was a kid. I just never paid attention. And because of it, my parents called me Flintstone feet. And they also call me Flintstone feet because I walk super, super hard. Like I have very, very flat feet. And honestly, people are always so shocked at how wide and how hard and how discolored my toes are. But that's just them and I love them and I hope you love them too. This is just an extra step I like to do just to help with extra exfoliating and getting my feet really, really extra baby soft. I go in with this homemade sugar scrub. It is brown sugar, turmeric, jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, castor oil, as well as coconut oil. And I use this scrub all over my body, not just my feet. And I love it so, so much. It has so many different properties in them to really help with softness and really getting my feet to where it needs to be. And I know it looks like that my feet are staining because of the turmeric, but it is not staining, and the stains honestly don't stay on your skin, and it does not stay on your toes either. As you can see, my toenails are the same dark self, even though I use this scrub all the time for my pedicures. After all of that is done, I just move my bucket and use my step stool. My step stool really helps me with my back because bending over for a long period of time does tend to get tiring and it hurts a little bit. But after that, I will go in and check to see which toenails need cutting. I don't cut all my toenails and I don't cut them too short. I also did not file them this time around because I didn't feel like I needed to file them. But your toes, and the way I'm cutting my toenails, I'm not cutting it in a way that has very sharp edges, which is another reason why I did not need to file my toenails. After I do all of that, I just go in with some vitamin E oil and put that all over my cuticles. Vitamin E oil is your cuticles' best friend. Remember that. I use this for my pedicures as well as my regular manicures. And I do this for both foots. Is it foots or both feet? Either way, I do this for both of them. So yeah. Now, I know some people file their actual nails. I do that sometimes, and I honestly really forgot to do that this time. But if you want to go ahead and file your toenails, like the actual nail beds, you can definitely do that. I just didn't feel the need to do that. Well, not that I didn't feel the need to do it, I honestly just forgot. Lastly, I'm going in with this Intensive Care Cocoa Radiant Serum from Vaseline, and I love this stuff, especially for my feet. I don't usually use this all over the rest of my body. I usually just tend to use it on my feet because I like the way it makes my feet feel, and it gives off a nice, shiny, smooth finish. Like, don't my feet just look completely different? The foot that has the Cocoa Radiant on it looks so smooth and bright, and the other foot just looked really dull in that, you know, couple of seconds. And I love this stuff. Like, I live by it. It makes my feet smell so good and feel so soft. And last but not least, I will be going in with this bubblegum pink nail polish. If you know me personally, you know that this is not my style. I tend to do neon colors in the summer or just the traditional white, but I've never done this kind of pink on my toes before. I don't know why. I just tend to stay away from this color, especially like for my nails as well. I usually, you know, don't do things like this, but I decided to just do something different, not only for the video, but for myself. Plus, it's summertime, so why not do a bright pink? I also did about 2 to 3 coats of this color. I did not add those clips into this video because I wanted to make this video super short and just really direct and to the point, but I did do about two to 3 coats of this color. You know, I waited until they dried. They did dry a little quickly. Well, they didn't dry like too long or too quick, but yes, like I said before, I did use about 2 to 3 coats of this color. Fun fact, if you want your toes or even your regular manicures to dry quicker, you can use a cold bucket of water and just place your feet in there or your nails for about, I want to say like 1 to 2 minutes, and that really does speed up the process of drying the nail polish. I'm not sure why, but that's a tip that I learned a couple of years ago, and sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. This video, I opted out of doing that. Now, this nail polish right here, I live by it. It is the Sally Hansen Clear Top Coat Instant Dry. Now, if you know this nail polish brand, you know that even though it doesn't dry in like 2 seconds, it definitely is dry in about 20 to 30 seconds, or even as close to a minute. A minute is the latest. Now, I'm not saying to like start smudging your feet or go and put on some sneakers right afterwards, because then your toenails is going to get messed up, but it is a quicker clear top coat than a normal clear top coat. Like I said before, I live by this stuff. I love this clear top coat. Like, I will stand by it. I will die on the hill for this nail polish, okay? That was probably a little too dramatic, but it's definitely a great top coat. And just like that, we are done. My toes is giving bubblegum poppin'. My toes is giving my lip gloss is too real, all that good stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.